you're here to see Bill Elliott, go on back.
Come on in. Lots of people like to come to this office and look at some of the things that have been collected over the years. My wife and I are originally from Massachusetts, so we came to Pittsburgh. We have no family in this part of the world. Getting out, trying to understand a little bit about Western Pennsylvania, we started to attend a variety of flea markets. And every once in a while, we'd see a pennant or a football program or something about Carnegie Tech. And eBay just redefined the whole issue with regard to a marketplace and a customer. And obviously, the eBay does have the opportunity, just as in a live auction, you can bid up. But at the same time, obviously, there's a time frame. I've lost items because I've been at some meeting, and obviously the auction closes out. But that's the fun of the chase. So I've collected it and put it in this office to the point that rather than put it in the archives, I think it's very important for young people as well as prospective students and alums that will come back just to look at and remember, gee, this is what I remember when I was a student here. I would tell you, and that is that the oldest item in this office is in fact this lapel pin, which in fact is from 1907, when in fact it was the Carnegie Technical Schools. Some of the things that's been lots of fun is to think about the classic statement which I ask lots of people, and that is that what are the new ways to do old jobs? If you go back in the history, this institution, 1970, was about 65% of the students were from Pennsylvania. We talked about a variety of ways to kind of just change the way we did business. Just think about today, if you went on a high school visit and talk with a group of students for 15 or 20 minutes, do you think you could explain all there is to know about Carnegie Mellon in 15 or 20 minutes? So that was a problem. Try to give a student an idea of a sample. I mean, a sample of education is very difficult to convey, and the real issue was to bring students on campus, and that's really what gave way to the sleeping bag weekend. And that's been the fun of this business, is to watch the business change over the last 40 some odd years, and to obviously, in that case, watch Carnegie Mellon change. And I started in 1970, putting materials on the back of the door, which is when I occupied the office as the director of admission on the first floor of this building. It's a bit sentimental, and I could quickly point out to you some of the folks that, here's a picture of Dick Syard, who's obviously no longer with us. Here's a picture of Akram Madani, who for many years was the dean of the College of Fine Arts. I see down here at the bottom, a long-time picture of one of the first admits that I did at Carnegie Mellon. Way down here in the bottom, when he had a mustache, is a picture of Michael Steidel. Michael Steidel is currently the director of admission. A young man that I admitted to Carnegie Mellon when he came from Darragh High School in Allentown, Pennsylvania in 1974. And some of you probably know the story. He was a work-study student in the admission office when I was the director of admission. He then became the associate director of admission and the director of admission. And I think that Mike would say that I'm the only person he's worked for since he was 17 years old. And we're still friends. That's the important part. This piece right here on the coffee table is from the fence. And many years ago, the fence was starting to deteriorate. And Dean Murphy and I went through a process of replacing some of the cross members. And in fact, I cut off a section of the fence, and you can see the multiple layers of paint. The many pennants that we have, as I said, were collected through eBay. I do think that the oldest pennant is this one. This one is around 1909, I believe. It was given to me by a widow whose husband had been a Carnegie Tech graduate. The other items, and that is that there is a jacket over here from Earl Swank. Earl Swank for many years was the Dean of Student Affairs. And as I understand the story, students had this jacket made for Earl Swank. He was a quite portly gentleman. If you put this on, it is a kind of a striking jacket. You can certainly walk across campus and attract attention if you were to wear this jacket out among the students. The Tech beer is an interesting story. Tech beer was brewed by the Pittsburgh Brewing Company. Some of the very early bottles are this one here with the Bonnie Lass on it. So these are some of the early beer cans and beer bottles. And the most recent, when they stopped brewing Tech beer, were these small ones that are over here in the back. I've written with green pens since 1970. Surprised there isn't one in my shirt pocket. You can see on my desk and lots of other things the green pen is me. And the use of the green pen can be important to those of us that are in the admission business, because when you read through folders and mark up folders, you had absolute assurance that you were the one that actually read the folder, if in fact, in my case, it was written with green ink. So even though I'm getting ready to retire, I did in fact only within the last couple of weeks find this booklet done by, as you can see, Mary Slocum Bean, who was Carnegie Tech 41. She was from California and did a wide variety of sketches about what Carnegie was like. And as I say, I'm not a Carnegie graduate, nor am I from the city of Pittsburgh, so it's been lots of fun to learn about the university in the 37, 38 years I've been here, as well as the city of Pittsburgh. If there's other questions that you have about the campus or about my office, I'd be more than happy to help you.